Good afternoon, fellow tankers. Commander Denalii here, and today we're doing the video of nuts and bolts for the STB-1, the Tier 10 Japanese medium tank. It's that beautiful machine right in front of you that we're doing the camera all the way around. This tank is an amazing machine. It's by far one of my favorite Tier 10 tanks, between this and the T-62 Alpha. But I do prefer to play this one because of the gun handling and the damage output that you can do. It has a very good gun and a very quick reload, so you can put a lot of damage out. It can also penetrate most heavy tanks from the front so long as you hit a weak spot. There is a couple flaws with this. Compared to the T-62 Alpha, this does not have hull armor. The T-62 Alpha has a bit more hull armor and a bit more turret armor. And speaking of turret, as we look at this turret, you can actually see the commander's hatch, which is a weak point. It is a small weak point, but it can easily be penetrated if it's hit. Also, the front slope, it is sloped pretty well, but the armor on it is not that great. You can easily be pinned from the front from most Tier 10 vehicles. The side and the rear armor is even worse on the hull. It is less than 100 millimeters. We'll get into that in just a second. So anyway, I've played this tank for a couple months now. This was one of the first Tier 10s I grinded out because just how well it plays. But anyway, here we are looking at the actual stats on the tank, and as you can see, the front has 110 millimeters of armor. On the hull, the sides are 35 millimeters and the rear is 25 millimeters. The turret's a different story though. The turret has 132 millimeters, well-angled turret armor, and the sides are 112. So you can actually reliably bounce rounds off of the turret. So long as you're hulled down, this can be a really mean machine. It has 1950 hit points, which is really good for a Tier 10 medium. It can go 53 kilometers per hour, and it has 750 horsepower. So it can get up to speed, and it can get up to speed pretty fast. The chassis and the turret both rotate at an incredible rate, so if you need to drive around a target, you can easily circle a target and hit them in weak spots and flank them. It fires 7.5 rounds per minute, which is approximately 1 round every 8.5 seconds. The base view range on this tank is 410 meters. If you have any coated optics or anything on it, you can increase that up to above 500 meters. It has an average camo rating, but I've found if you use camouflage net and you have a couple camouflage skills, you can actually stay undetected for a really good portion of most fights. The only thing that's really going to detect you reliably is light tanks and some medium tanks like a Patton. So here we are, we're actually looking at the gun here, and the base penetration for the standard round is 254 millimeters and does an average damage of 350. With premium rounds, the average penetration is 330 millimeters with the same damage. The aiming time is 2.29 seconds, and the accuracy or gun dispersion is 0.36. It's a really good gun. So like I said, this is by far one of my personal favorite vehicles to play for Tier 10s. It's one of the ones I go and I get a bunch of XP on, so that way I can convert, so that way I don't have to do Tier 1 through Tier 5 when I'm doing other vehicles. And it just makes it a lot quick, really quick, and very painless. So the equipment that I run on it are the improved vents, the vertical stabilizers for when you're driving and you're traversing. It keeps your reticle nice and tight, and then I use a camouflage net for those times I do need to park and be hulled down behind a bush or behind a hillside and still be able to put a lot of shots out. If I was to trade any equipment off of this, it would probably be the vertical stabilizers, and I would trade that for something like coated optics, which you see right there, or some binos. And if I didn't want to extend my view range, then I would go with a toolbox, and train the repair skill on my crew as well. That way, if you do get tracked, you can fix your track really quick, and they can't easily get flanking shots on you. But anyway, that's enough about the tank. Right now we're going on fjords with my first replay, and this is a relatively quick replay. It is mainly a tier 10 matchup, and we've got a big platoon of tier 10s on the other team. So I'm going to do what I normally do here. I'm going to wait for the team to kind of spread out, figure out where they're going. So the first place I go is off to the right. And if there's too many tanks that I feel are going to the right, I will then turn around and go left, because this is a quick tank and you can reposition easily. So as you see here, my reticle is actually very small while I'm driving and while I'm turning the turret, and that makes snapshotting a lot easier. And this gun has a pretty damn accurate snapshot. So I've noticed most of our tanks are staying back at the base, so I'm just going to push forward, and I'm going to get up here, and I'm going to try to get a couple spots. So I'm going to go through the water here and climb the other side of the mountain, and we're going to go and we're going to spot where the bulk of the enemy force usually comes from. So we're climbing this hill right now, and we already have one buddy here, but we're going to assist him in this area. Okay, we're going to get up here and go to this corner up here where this rock's at, and we're just going to peek out. Oh, nope, there's an enemy right there. I don't think he can get us from where he's at. Nope, but he's coming straight down, so we're going to try to put a round into him. I led the target a little bit too much. I thought he was coming over a little bit quicker than that, which is no big deal. But then my sixth sense goes off, so I am detected. So I'm just going to continue up to this corner, as I originally intended, and we're going to see about spotting a couple enemies and putting some damage out. We have some friendlies up here, so most likely they're going to get spotted before me. So we're going to pop around, we're going to finish that dude really quick, and there's another enemy that pops up right in front of us as well. And pretty much I only want to expose my turret, and as you can see the snapshot on this, it hits. That one bounced, but it was still a hit. So here we are aiming at the side of the turret, and we put one right through. And look at the reload on this. I mean, I'm ready to fire. I can usually fire 2, and in some cases 3 rounds every time that a tank fires at me. So I can just keep putting out damage as they're reloading. Sorry about that sound, everybody. That was me getting a text message. Anyway, we're going to turn back here and try to get some flanking shots on these guys that are trying to go down the middle. There is a waffle here, so he's got a clip, and he should be able to put some damage out as well. But we're gonna push out in front and hopefully get behind these guys that went straight down the middle. Alright, so here we are. We're behind the enemy. Nope, he's faced towards us, but that's alright. We'll put one quick round into him, and we'll wait, and he fired, so we should go up and do another shot. He does have a fairly quick reload, and we tried a quick snapshot just because we were afraid of his reload, and unfortunately it ate rock. But there he fired again, so we're going to pull forward, and we're going to try that again, and it bounced, unfortunately. And now we notice that there's 3 tanks there, and we don't want to do that again, so we want to try to get a different angle here. Although we could potentially get up there and shoot somebody that's in the background. And there they are, they're both spotted, so maybe we can do that. There we go. That was free damage right there. Got that E5 chasing us, and he shot just over the top of us. Even if that would have hit our turret, most likely it would have bounced. So here we are, we're just going to auto-lock and snapshot, and that one just missed. The E5 just shot, so we're going to keep punishing that guy in the back. It seems like he's AFK or something because his gun tube wasn't even faced towards us. And there we go. That's our first good kill. That's our second kill, but the first one was a light, so he was really easy to get. So that was our first good one. And we're just going to continue putting damage on these guys. So I'm just going to park here because he doesn't seem like he's moving. I'm going to track him. That way if anybody else puts damage on him, I'm going to get assisted damage. And then I'm just going to continue putting it into him. And there we go, assisted damage, and then we follow it with the kill. So now I'm going to rush this E5. He can do a lot of damage to me, so we're going to track him. He did do some damage right there. but now he's got more than one tank to worry about. So now I can just get some flanking shots on him. There we go. And he's not even worried about me for some reason. And we will... Oh, nope, we didn't finish him off, but we got him down to a one shot for everybody. So he's trying to run away, and we do end up getting the kill shot on him. So now we're up to 4 kills, and their team is down to 5 tanks remaining. And they took that position that we were at just a few moments ago. So we're going to go and we're going to assault back that direction. Do the same thing we just did right here, just on the other hill. We do have the waffle here, and we're not going to try to impede his shots or anything. Maybe give him a little boost up the hill. That way we can put this damage out and take care of these enemies. It looks like they tried to back off, so I'm going to get to the side of the waffle. That way we have 2 guns in this fight. So as you see here, we got an enemy right here spotted. I'm trying to auto-lock onto him, and he's just on the move. So there we go, and unfortunately that round eats dirt. I don't want to get too kill hungry and just chase these guys, because this is still kind of a close match. So here we go, see a guy in the distance we are going to try to take a shot at, and he just gets taken out by someone else. And got more guys spotted, do a snapshot, and we pick up another kill. We're on kill 5 now. And we've done a lot of damage. So now they're on our flag, and this guy right here, unfortunately I just tracked him, shot a little high and hit his good armor. No big deal. The C-100 tries to block my shot for some reason, but I just get it off in the nick of time. And that's kill 6. And then we see a tank destroyer up here. We hit him with the snapshot. Unfortunately, it didn't penetrate, and somebody else gets the kill. And that's the end of that match. So, as we see here, we were running premium, and we got just over 2,300 experience. We did 4,500 damage, and we assisted 700. We ended up with a top gun, and we only got a Mastery Badge 1 out of that. So, it tells you how good this tank is, just based off how well other people play it. But 15 penetrating shots for 4,500 damage. And I'm sorry about that, just got another text message. And here we are. We are the top of the leaderboards for our team. This tank can perform really well, and it's consistent too. As long as you know what you're doing and you play consistently. So our second replay for the nuts and bolts is Erlenberg. It is team destruction. There is no flag. It's straight up just kill them all. There's only a couple tier 10s on each team here, so this should be pretty fun. This should be a shooting gallery, as long as we stay undetected or we stay hulled down. So we started on the north side here, and what I like to do is I like to go straight to the east to the A0 area, get behind that hill there, and use it as my hull down location. So we're going to head that direction. It doesn't look like we got a lot of people following me, which isn't good. I don't like fighting alone, so I'm going to turn back and go back and assist my team. Considering this is team destruction, you don't want to get singled out and give the enemy team the advantage. The other thing I don't like about team destruction is those light tanks that like to just drive into the enemy forces, detect as many as they can, and die. It's pointless, it's a waste, because even a light tank's gun can do a lot of damage. So now we're back on our side of the river, and we're just gonna continue up this side and hopefully help these guys out with the interference they just ran into, because they just ran into a lot of tanks up here. So we're gonna try to get some flanking shots. So we're gonna expose ourselves a little bit, but it could be, you know, very lucrative so long as you get a little bit of cover. So here we are. We got a building to our left, and we're just watching to see where these guys are at. Unfortunately, that guy's behind cover, so we're just gonna wait, and we're gonna take our opportunities as we see them. And they're all behind stuff, so I'm gonna move forward. As you see here, it did let me auto-lock onto that guy, so that means a little bit of his tank should be showing. And we're just going to push forward and use these rocks to our left right here. And there we go. Hopefully get a couple shots off on these guys. We don't want to expose ourselves too much. We are detected, so there we go. We'll take a snapshot and then we'll back behind. And then we will reposition. And we're just going to keep working this area right here. We don't have a whole lot of help over here from our team, but that's alright as long as we've got some covering fire. So there we go. There's an enemy. We tried to put a round into him, but the round drops short, and so did his. My reload is a lot better than his, so if he exposes himself again, I can put a round into him while he's still reloading. But we need to help our team. We haven't got one damaging shot yet, and we're already 2.5 minutes into this round. So here we go. We see our chance. Take a snapshot and miss. Just having bad luck with the RNG today. We see another opportunity, but then the guy gets behind cover. And then we snapshot. We finally hit, but he hits us as well. And that's not a good trade when you're in a medium tank, a 1-for-1. So he's going to try to rush us right here. And we're just going to shoot him before he shoots us and finish him off. So we've got 2 damaging shots and 1 kill. And we still have that heavy tank right there. He's behind that building, but I'm hoping if he backs up, we can get a shot on him. And that's not the case. So we're just going to go after him. There we go. And put one into his turret. Nope, it bounced. But it looks like he missed his shot as well. So now we're going to just scoot around, put one into his side. And that's how easy it is to get flanking shots on big, slow targets like E100s. Luckily, it didn't hit his spaced armor. It went a little below, because his spaced armor would have had a chance to block. So here we are flanking another guy, and we hit and kill him as well. So now we're on 3. Now I'm up here, and I'm pretty much spotting for my team now. I don't want to go out too far in front of them where they can't cover me. But I am, actively looking for their tanks that ran from this location. And there we spot one. So we want to try to get into a position where he can't shoot us, but we can shoot him. Or if he does shoot us, it'll bounce off our turret. So there we took a snapshot. And it didn't do anything, so we're just going to continue over to the other side of the riverbank here. And we're going to use this because this tank has some very good gun depression and gun elevation. So there we go, take a snapshot. Only our turret was exposed, and we can just continue working this because of our quick reload. He's behind a rock, but that's okay. He's going to be easily dispatched here in just a moment. And there we go, we got a flanking shot, got him on the move. So now they're down to 4 tanks, and we still have 9 tanks remaining. So it's pretty much a 2-to-1 ratio. So now we're just pretty much playing cleanup. And now they're down to 3. So yeah, we're just chasing down the last few tanks they have, and we're just gonna clean them up. So we got a tank destroyer right there, and try to do a snapshot, and it doesn't land. So we're just gonna use the corner up here, try to get a couple shots. Oh, and look, there's an artillery. That's just that's gonna be yummy. There we go, 1 shot, 1 kill on him. And now we're trying to get that tank destroyer spotted so we can expose just our turret and get a shot on him. And he bounces our round. We do have some help rolling up behind us, so we should be able to make a move here shortly. And there we go, we got one into his lower plate. So now we're just going to push forward. He is a low health, and he is the last tank alive now. So we're just going to snapshot on our way to him and hope for that lucky RNG. And there, somebody else hit him, so now he's a 1-shot for everybody. But since I'm lower than him and he can't exactly get to me, and he just fired, he should be easy cleanup. And there we go, a nice flanking shot to finish off that tank destroyer. Anyway, this is my take on the STB-1. This is nuts and bolts. You guys should go out and kill some shit, and I hope to see you on the battlefield.